over to Copeland Street.
Right.
All my family, the Dunlaps, was
Right.
in that alley.
Right.
Murdoch was, when you come out of that alley on Piedmont, Murdoch Funeral Home was on your left.
Okay.
On down from there, you had a funeral home on that corner on Piedmont. You had a funeral home that called, it was named that funeral home. That's where the first Afro-American black man was executed. That's who that funeral had his body.
Now that's some serious history.
He killed a white woman over here at a place where you borrow money.
Yes, sir.
On Copeland Street.
Right.
And they executed him, and he looked just like some bacon. You look like, you ever seen bacon when you fry?
Yeah.
That's the way his face. We went in there and viewed the body. I was about 14 years old.
Right.
And I was on Auburn when they hired the first 8 Afro-American police. I was standing around there at Joe's Coffee Bar, down from the Royal Peacock.
Because they used to have to change clothes.
They changed clothes at the Butler Street YMCA. And they couldn't lock up nobody but the folks on Auburn. 8 of them. They couldn't lock up nobody but the folks on Auburn. They couldn't lock up nobody in Buckhead. I'm telling you what I know. I ain't telling you what somebody told me.
All right.
And when they changed their clothes, they worked in shifts. 2 worked on that end, and 2 worked on. See, Auburn didn't end until right up we call Auburn end was when it run. You know, when you go up Auburn and you run in the dead end.
Yeah,
Auburn.
you're talking about Irwin.
That's Auburn end.
Okay.
That's where it end at. And it used to end up here at Copeland Street. That's where Auburn used to end on this side.
Right.
2 blocks from P Street.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And I tell you, on the weekend, like I told you before,
Yeah.
on the weekend, you could not get a parking space down here on Friday and Saturday night because people coming here from all small country towns to party. Where else could they go to party?
That was it.
I saw Nat King Cole. I saw Dinah Washington. I saw the Teenagers. I saw Otis Redding, Jane Brown, the Spaniards, the Midnighters, the Five Royals. I remember when your line at the casino, cross from the Peacock, would be from to casino down to Butler Street, right down where the line waiting to go in there.
Yeah.
Be right, the line go right in front of Big Bethel's Church.
Everybody dressed to kill.
And man, you couldn't come down here, man, dressed like I see some of these. Man, there was some folks down here dressed like gangsters. And it was some down here could sell you this place if you didn't have good sense. You'll think it's yours. You had con men, you had pimps, you had any professional. All your doctors was down here. You didn't have one other place to go, and that was Grady. You couldn't go to Georgia Baptist. You couldn't go to the Cab Medical. They call that private. That means they didn't want your ass in there. Excuse me, man. But I'm the girl here. I'm 72, and we used to sit there on that library step right there, and they used to just party upstairs. Up here in WRD, you had Addie Pat and what this other guy named Jose Williams.
Yeah.
They was just like 2 brothers. I used to walk past them. That door downstairs used to be open, and they'd be sitting there at the table drinking and having a good time. You know, you ain't never hear about all this killing you hear about now, man.
But what about that church you were telling me where the black people were light skinned?
That Methodist church on Copeland Street.
Yes.
It's on Copeland Street. There's nothing in there remember. Everybody in there remember about your color. And you probably could have went in there. Nobody like me couldn't go in there. My grandmama used to be in her backyard with a big black wash pot, washing her clothes, putting them on the line. I was in the backyard at 9 years old when that Winecock Hotel caught a fire. I could see it out of her backyard on P Street, right across the street from where it used to be Rich's.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And see, my dad used to carry me up there and put me on his shoulder, where used to be a parade on Peace Street every night. Every weekend used to be a parade up there. And my dad put me up on his shoulder where I could look over at the parade.
Right.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. Nothing but some history. Man.
Yeah, yeah.
The Spaniards, the Clovers, the Midnighters, the Five Rowdies. I can just go on and on. And see, we couldn't go into Peacock because we were so young, 14 and 15 years. But it used to be an alley behind the Peacock. So what we would do, we would go behind that, go in that alley and go right behind them where we could be behind the stage. So when they started singing, we could pop our finger. Because see, they had to come to up there on the podium, on the stage. But we would be right behind that stage on the outside in that alley.
Wow.
And you could come down through that alley right behind Big Bethel's church. Mm-hmm. It's just amazing.
Yeah, yeah, that's some history.
And this place down here got so much history, and it bothers me now to see where they trying to come in here and take it. It just bothers me.
There's a few of us around here that are trying to hold on to make sure that people, the ones who come, need to know the history.
Some of the best splits you wanted to eat was at CNH, right next door to you, right up under this WRD.
Yeah.
That was a split house.
CNH.
CNH. Go in there and get your...
How much would a split be?
About 35 or 40 cents. No more than a quarter.
Just one piece of bread or two pieces of bread?
One piece of bread with split on there, and you get your chili. You can get chili or either tomatoes and man, you had some of the best food and barbecue. Ben Reed had your barbecue place. His name was Ben Reed.
I had never heard of him.
His name was Ben Reed. Anybody come in here, you got to call that.
Was he around before Sergeant Wyatt?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Sergeant Wyatt. Ben Reed had this was Dumb and Black.
Yeah.
For miles and miles in here. Like I just told Johnny, you didn't have to go with no church and no car. All you had to do is dress and walk out. There was a church in every 2 blocks. Ben Reed had his barbecue place not too far from here. Mm-hmm. You just go in there and order your barbecue at the front, and you could walk straight on out to the back.
Man, I appreciate it.
I talk all day. I went to this library up here.
The research library, yeah.
Them people gather around me like I was a news reporter.
Because that's why.
See, I used to come out. It was an alley right across in face of that library.
Okay.
That was a junkyard where they used to have cars. And see, that alley used to be right behind that junkyard. Glazing Alley was right. I used to walk through that alley, come down, Yates and Milton, get my ice cream. His name was Duke. He was the one who used to scoop the ice cream. I still know his name. Then I would leave and go over there to the bakery. Had a bakery right there on that corner. Yeah. And face some Big Bethel. They had a baker there. I used to go there and get my little cake and stuff where I have my ice cream and take it back up there to my mama. And that man made some of the best sweet potato pies you ever want. Little round sweet potato pies about that big. You go in there and get them for a dime. And they be hot as fire. I love them when they was hot.
Man, every month I wait on you to get your hair cut.
Man.
Take it easy.
Yeah. And you wait till I show this to my wife. Because, see, I dated her. They lived in the King house. Her family lived in the King. That's why I used to date my wife.
Yes, sir.
And Johnny, his daddy used to trim her hair when she was 16 or 17 years old.
Who's here?
My wife.
Okay, your wife's here.
They lived in the King house. They lived downstairs in the King house.
Okay.
And A.D. King brother lived upstairs. I used to see Mr. King go cross Auburn and go there to Scott's tailor shop. It was a tailor shop there where that police thing used to be.
Yeah.
Right there now.
Yeah, I know you're talking
right
about.
Right next to that was a tailor shop there. That's where Mr. King used to go and get his suits made.
Man, thank you. All right.
Take care now.
Yes, sir. Junior, every time he come in, man, I get a history lesson.
You know?